Okay, so this is in the Romhack thing. It's honestly a beautiful hack, but okay, so this is the first hack I ever released. I've made hacks before this, I just didn't release them. And I have hacks going all the way back to 2015, and you bet I'll never release any of them because some of those hacks, they don't deserve to be publicly released. So this was made for the Simple Flips and Fatal Bandit competition, the first Simple Flips competition. I actually knew how to hack before this was made. I never publicly released any hacks, and honestly, I think part of the reason I made this hack was just because of this. There's a good chance. Nah, I'd still get into hacking eventually, but I definitely wouldn't have made hacks in 2018 in public, or at least publicly released hacks, if it wasn't for the Simple Flips competitions. That being said, this hack isn't that good, but also it's weird. And you'll see what I mean. It has a strange amount of polish for being a first hack. And you'll see what I mean. Like, when I say polish, I don't mean like in terms of like gameplay, because gameplay, but in terms of like design. So, that's strange. I guess at this time I did learn how to skip the Peach cutscene. I thought for some reason I didn't know how to skip the Peach cutscene at this point. Did I change? Okay, no, I didn't change this text. I know I changed the Lakitu text. And I know exactly what it is because I did this joke like twice, and then... Oh, actually no, it's a different joke. Yeah, so you can definitely tell this is definitely a hack made for a Simple Flips competition in 2018, where I'll just try to ingest as many memes in there as possible. So you just have the entire lyrics to Dad, because it's, you know, that's just how it is. That's just how I made the hack. So here's the actual hack. So you see, I didn't know how to start in the level, so I just had that whole beginning section. But for some reason, I didn't know how to skip the Peach cutscene, which is neat. Now I'll warn you, don't read that. Okay, don't talk to that Bob. And I'm saying that you can totally talk to that Bob if you want to. I just hate what he says. And I honestly don't want to talk to him. Because I hate when I put into dialogue. But one thing that you will notice that, like, right away, well, first of all, the awful music. I thought I was being funny. I wasn't. But anyway. What's interesting, and I think this is unique, this actually has parallel camera. It has like the old 2018 version, but it still has parallel camera, which is super strange for a hack in the early Simple Flips competition. Because back then for some reason nobody knew how to like add the parallel camera. I don't know how I found like the parallel camera and all the other stuff that I used in this, because like this has like a lot of like modern, I wouldn't say modern hacking tools, because this is still made in editor, because this is before ROM manager existed. But like, I knew about a lot of the stuff that people use a lot more in like higher quality hacks. Like the hacks that people that make better hacks use. It's strange because this hack sucks, or it doesn't. For the circumstances in which it was made, I think it's a decent, okay hack. It's not bad. At the same time, though, it isn't like a good hack, and it isn't like interesting. It's kind of bland. If I were to describe it, read the sign now. Oh yeah, I forgot that Simple Flips had song requests on for every hack, so I had to make sure to make him listen to music, and I shouldn't have, because it's just a meme. Yeah. Well, if you do another one of these, I'll definitely put out a better product. We'll see about that. Well, yeah, I did spend 10 hours of this level, wow. Yeah. I'll explain why it took me 10 hours to make this level. Okay. Oh, wait, no, that's the thing that, what's it called, that I hated. The actual... I know. I also don't like... I just don't like any of the text in this game, I remember now. Yeah, that's just... Basically, I thought I was being funny by, like, telling him to, like, tell Nathaniel Bandy something, but then I realized, no, that's actually stupid and dumb, and I shouldn't do that. Man, you might be wondering, how does a simple level like this take 10 hours? Well, first of all, also, that's a spoiler down there, dude. But, basically, if I were to best describe it, it's a combination of me not knowing how to use SketchUp that well. I've used SketchUp a lot before this. I wouldn't say a lot, but a decent amount. It's a combination of, like, trying to make, like, detailed, like, stuff in, like, bumpy surfaces in SketchUp is harder than you would think. If that makes any sense. And I kind of wanted to make a more, like, realistic area. And then secondly, like, you get to see here with, like, the toilet. I think the toilet and the, like, bench, I remember both of these taking a while to make. Did I think, yeah, I must have, wow. About this actually, like, weirdly polished in some regards. I think this has, like, a collision mapping so that you can't, like, clip into the desk, or the chair. That's, or the, what's it called, table. That's actually interesting. I forget actually where to start with. So I'll have to talk to Nathaniel Bandy. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's the cannon bomb. I forgot. I forgot I made Nathaniel Bandy into a bomb. I just find it interesting that, like, I spent effort on this hack. I don't know. Like, there's, like, weird bits of, like, that in this hack where, like, it's interesting how I somehow, like that and, like, the parallel cam, like, there's, like, weird bits of, like, oh, I forgot. So to add in the custom instrument, I just changed the instrument in that instrument bank, and so that's also needy. I completely forgot about that, actually. I completely forgot that's how I did the custom instrument. Like, you gotta understand, back in 2018, there weren't as many, like, there are a bunch of programs, but, like, in order to make a hack and do stuff, you had to use, like, a bunch of different programs, and it wasn't like there was, like, RAW Manager. You had, like, oh yeah, you had to use Toadstool back then. I don't even think Quad 64 existed, or it might have existed, I can't remember. If it existed, it wasn't better than Toadstool, if I remember correctly. But, like, you had to use Toadstool and Editor and, like, Text Editor and, like, 6 other programs, and I somehow found them all. And then there's also, like, a bunch of programs that were, like, a lot harder to find, though. Like, the sound tool isn't, like, in, like, the big list of programs that you see, that I saw at, like, SMW Central and stuff like that. Yeah, this is, like, the last, this 2018 is, like, the last hurrah of Editor before RAW Manager. Like, really, if you were gonna start making a hack, you should use RAW Manager. I think I noticed Star because it's called Fleming. Wait. Only... Oh, I remember now. Okay. I just realized this is not the only... Sorry, I just realized this is not the only hack in which I have a star that involves collecting a secret from a toilet. Okay, that's kind of interesting. But yeah, as the sign said, I did actually intend this hack to be much bigger, but I couldn't figure out how warps worked, and even if I did, I don't know if I would have had the time to work on another area. Because I remember this level took me a while to work on. I guess it's part of the reason why... I don't know. It's a weirdly interesting act. There's one more thing I want to mention that's like super... like... weird that I went to... through the effort of... Why did I think that was funny to just make the players spam A and then put a text to M? I don't know. There's a lot of things in this hack that I think are funny but aren't. But yeah. The start messages are there just because I think you had to like know how the ASM to I think there is some tweak, like ASM tweak around to delete the star, like the star numbers thingies, but I don't think I knew it. As you can see, I was very creative when coming up with the red coin locations. As you can see, one of them was in the toilet, which is where the secret was last time. It's like the star idea is like varied, you know. It isn't like the same thing over and over again. Actually, no, two of them, because one of them was in the tipney. Where did I put the last coin? Oh, I think I remember. It's back here? This is a good place to put a coin. Why didn't I put one here? I think I might have put one on the mushroom then. Which actually makes sense. There's only so many places. It has to be it. Yeah. What's it called? Back then, like, this was before raw manager, like the big list of tweets. You had to actually like either know ASM to be able to like create your own tweets, or like find the tweets randomly online, or like you can like look up for them obviously. But so if I remember correctly, this version of parallel cam, you had to like. Oh yeah, I remember this. Oh wait, no, I'm an idiot. I missed a coin. I missed a star. Why am I have to die. You can sit back. That's actually like the weird, interesting thing. Like, it's weird. Nobody uses act-specific stuff, and like in hacks usually. There's a couple of exceptions, but like I find it interesting that like you can see some good ideas like forming here. Like it isn't like a good hack in any way, but like you can see how like having like the level change based on the acts, that's like that's actually something that most modern hacks don't do. That's not a bad thing in some regards, but like it's kind of like linear like level wouldn't really be explored. Like this kind of type of level in Mario 64 wouldn't really be explored for another year or so. Still like Mario can't remember it. It's the first big hack I can think of. I say big, like first hack that I can think of that like actually like really explored the concept. But yeah. 23 coin stars. I think oh yeah, I remember. I know I created the 23 coin star just because there's no way I'm gonna fit 100 coins in this level. But like, there's two interesting things about that. One, 23 coin stars are weird. Actually, three interesting things. And two, like 23 is a weird number. Two, like again, like you had to actually like find the program, and from what I remember, it was like SM64 Tweaker or something. It wasn't like a super common program to use in hacks then. Like it wasn't something that like was like you didn't find it, but like it wasn't in like I think there are like a couple tutorials back then on how to make a hack, and I don't think the program was in any of the tutorials. And then you have and then the third thing, in like a future simpleflips competition, there was another hack with a 23 coin star. And I saw that, I was like, I actually contacted the person who made the hack Because I was curious if it was like somehow a reference to this hack. Like a weird, super obscure reference, but no. Somehow there's 2 hacks with 23 coin stars. Yeah, this last star is very simple. It's also the obvious product of lazy star placement, where I can't think of anything else to put for star. You see like locations like that in 24-hour hack as well. I guess now I'm gonna actually see. I swear I remember there actually being an 8, even though it said that there's no 8-star text box. I'm almost certain there actually is, because I know myself, and I'm the type of person to say that and then have something in there to like make fun of the person who actually does get 8 stars for no reason. Like, that's the type of person I am whenever making my hacks. If I were to not include the 8-star text box, I wouldn't say anything about it. That was sick. That has nothing to do with that. That was actually really... That was a sick wall-kick doodad. I guess I'll include that. See, I knew it. I just knew it, because I'm the type of person to add in that little type of random secret that no one will ever find. See, that's what I know about myself. I knew that I had, even though I couldn't remember if I added it or not, I knew I added it. I guess that's like all I can talk about. There's nothing else I can talk about. This hack is kind of bland. But there's like some interesting backstory, I guess. I'm not really proud of it anymore, but like, it's an interesting first hack. You have to admit, like most people's first hacks, it's usually some like random test or something. I mean, that really, if you look at my actual first hack, that really is what it is, but I just never released it. Hello. Okay, this is me after I've edited most of the video, everything before this, because I wanted to mention 2 specific things that I completely forgot to mention last time. First, you might have noticed that there's like no Super Mario 64 logo. That's at this title screen. That's because I tried to change it to a Nathaniel Bandy logo, but I failed. There might be a Nathaniel Bandy logo somewhere there, like behind the camera or whatever, but I tried changing the logo of the hack and I failed. So, and I didn't know how to change it back, so I just kept it as blank. So that's the first thing I wanted to mention. And the second thing is something that I completely forgot was even part of the hack. Or I completely forgot was in the hack still. Like, you know how I mentioned how there was going to be like a little basement area, but I just completely was too lazy to create it. Like, originally in the original version of this hack, there's supposed to be like a basement area of this house, so it was actually like a big house. So it's more Nathaniel Bandy themed. But I wasn't... These stairs are frickin' collision mapped and everything. Wow. That's something the vanilla people didn't. So yeah, originally there was going to be a warp here that took you to the basement, but I couldn't figure out how to get the basement to work. But I was looking through the... I remember making the basement model and everything, and then I realized, you know what, that's probably still in the game, so I'm gonna... Okay, I'll just describe it from what I can see in Quad 64. I'll probably put a picture on. So basically, it's just a red coin area with scuttlebugs, and it's like a little red coin area with a bunch of scuttlebugs, and it's just like a gigantic box. And I'm too lazy to actually like make it so I can actually get in there in game, because I know I have to do it now, I just don't want to do it. But yeah, I guess that's kind of interesting. And now now we're actually going to end it off. Also, you actually get to hear the music here, the quote-unquote music.